In the summer of 1896, a young man contracted typhoid fever. It nearly killed him. It would serve as a turning point, not just for that young man, but for the entire world as we know it. Who was he? And what did he do? That is what we're going to talk about in this week's Coaching to Change Lives. I've always been intrigued by the lives of great people. One thing that you'll always find in the life of every person that's accomplished anything of significance in this world is that they faced a turning point. They faced a time in their life when it was a setback or some dramatic situation that seemed to turn them in a direction or catapult them into who they were supposed to become and what they were supposed to accomplish in this world. Well, in the summer of 1896, Orville Wright faced one of those situations. He had contracted typhoid fever, and for several days he went in and out of a life and death situation where he was delirious. Well, for a month he couldn't even sit up in bed. And then for several weeks after that, he couldn't even get out of bed. Well, during that time, his brother Wilbur sat by his side. And during that time, a vision was born into the lives of those two young men. You see, they had become intrigued by the idea that humans could fly, that humans could somehow sit in an airplane and travel from one point to another. Well, the rest of the world thought there is no way that can happen. That's science fiction. There is no way a human can fly. Well, during that month, while Orville was sick and Wilbur sat by his side, they read a book that just so happened to be on the shelf of their father's collection, in their father's library. In this book, they talked about how animals flew and the art of that and the physics behind that, and then was it even possible for humans to do the same? Well, they began to talk about this dream and this vision and how it might happen. And it was that summer and that sickness when everything was forced to slow down for Orville and Wilbur Wright that the vision occurred. You know, we've kind of been forced to slow down. We reach turning points in our life. And there is no question that right now we are all in a turning point. You are in a turning point. The question is, how will you handle it? What book sits on a shelf in your home? What moment of motivation is there? What tablet needs to be picked up by you and written on so that you can cast that vision and share that dream and plan out how you're going to do what you have been called to do? I want to challenge you to allow the spring of 2020 to be your summer of 1896, like it was for Orville and Wilbur Wright. Who knows what impossible thing is in your future? Now's your moment. Now is your turning point. We'll see you next time.